I would much rather you go to the gym and work out for 30 minutes every single day when you're in that momentum building stage and when you're working on your fitness and working on burning fat and building muscle than go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week for an hour and a half. What's going on? Schuyler Diehm here, men's fitness coach. And last week I received a really good question from my cousin, and he asked me, should I work out every day? Now, the short answer back to him, which of course people hate, is it depends. But it's true, right? It really does depend on your fitness level, on your goals, on your recovery. And so in this video, I really wanted to kind of break down a bunch of different scenarios. And hopefully by the end of it, you will know exactly whether you should be working out every single day. Now, the goal of working out every single day, of course, could be to burn fat. It could also be to build muscle. And so ultimately, if you are working on improving your fitness and you are looking to burn fat, check the link in the description of this video for a guide we put together on how to use a combination of weightlifting or resistance training, mindfulness, and fasting to see incredible results. But besides that, let's get into the video. So I want to break this down and start off by giving two different scenarios. So scenario one is, let's call him John. And John is a little bit overweight, but it's mostly visceral fat. It's mostly that fat that's kind of like under the surface, and it comes from him not really eating enough, eating a bunch of processed foods, drinking alcohol, and overall just not really taking care of his body. Scenario two is going to be Michael. Now, Michael is going to be the person who is definitely eating enough, not very processed foods, but kind of prioritizing a little bit more carbs and just getting in the motion where whenever he tries to lose weight, he just loses steam very quickly. Or whenever he tries to build muscle, whenever he tries to get fit, he loses steam very quickly. And so in the first situation with John, we look at someone who is not recovering. Right? They are not taking enough care of their body. And so they're not getting enough sleep. They're not eating the right nutrients. And in that situation, I would say it's not a good idea to work out every day. Now, in general, you definitely don't want to be working out the same body part day after day ever. Like, you don't want to be bench pressing every single day. You don't want to be squatting every single day, because basically exercise breaks down our body, right? If we look at it, we're tearing down muscle fibers, we're breaking down certain cells. And what actually happens is the recovery, the sleep, the lack of stress, the nutrition is what allows our body to be built back stronger, right? And so if we look at some sort of workout routine, we always want to make sure that certain body parts have rest periods. Meaning, you probably shouldn't be running every single day. Meaning, if you do arms one day, you probably shouldn't do arms the next day. Chest one day, you probably shouldn't do chest the next day. And so from this point on, when we talk about working out every single day, I'm going to be talking about a split, right? Chest one day, back another, legs another, and I'll actually go over an example in a little bit. But what I need you to understand is, with this first example with John, even if he was doing a split where one day was chest, one day was back, one day was legs, but he's not giving his body the nutrients that he needs, and he's pushing very hard in the gym, probably not a good idea for him to go to the gym every single day. Right? If his body's in a constant state of stress, if it's not being recovered, if he's always feeling emotionally stressed, mentally stressed, and then he's also not giving his body the right nutrients and the right rest and recovery, it's not going to be a good idea for him to go to the gym every single day, or for him to work out every single day. On the other hand, we have Michael, who is taking care of his body. He is getting enough rest. He's not killing himself in the gym, right? Like, he's pushing, but he's allowing his body to recover between sets. He's not doing a ton of sprints that are never ending and running long term and really breaking down his body. For John, especially if he struggles with the motivation aspect and the momentum building aspect, working out every day is probably one of the smartest decisions that he could make. Now, I'll tell you why. I would much rather you go to the gym and work out for 30 minutes every single day when you're in that momentum building stage and when you're working on your fitness and working on burning fat and building muscle, than go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week for an hour and a half. And the reason is because when you take those little bite-sized exercises and bite-sized workouts, it's a lot more achievable than if you were to, say, have an hour and a half workout that you kind of have to envision, right? Like, before I go to the gym, I don't really feel like working out, and especially because I have to be there an hour and a half and train legs, that feels like a much larger mountain to climb than a 30-minute workout. And so when we start, we always want to really stick to the idea of building momentum. And building momentum comes from doing something day after day after day after day after day. And that means working out every single day, even if it's 30 minutes, even if it's 45 minutes, is a really good idea, assuming that you have your recovery dialed in. And that means getting enough sleep, and not just enough time of sleep, but enough depth of sleep, and then also getting enough nutrients in your body, eating the right foods. And so if you are in the momentum building phase of getting your fitness in order, working on building muscle, and you are working on going to the gym and lifting weights, a good split would look like the following. Monday, you'd hit chest. Tuesday, you'd hit back. Wednesday, you'd hit legs, and you could even prioritize a certain part of the legs, like the quadriceps. Thursday, you'd hit shoulders. Friday, you'd hit arms. Saturday, you would hit legs again, so you would actually have a couple days of rest in there. Or you could also prioritize the other part of the leg, so the hamstring. And then Sunday would be more of an active recovery day. And when I say active recovery, I mean mobility work, foam rolling, stretching, taking a walk, getting some sort of exercise in, but allowing it to be a day to kind of reset and give your body a chance to adapt to the workouts that you did the previous week. And so that's a really super simple split, right? Like if you were to go to the gym every single day during the week, you could then hit chest, back, legs, shoulders, arms, legs, mobility, and recovery. Again, those wouldn't be hour-and-a-half workouts if you haven't built the momentum. They could be 30-minute workouts. They could be 45-minute workouts. But of course, if you are pushing yourself, if you're spending a lot of time, you're doing really intense sets, you're working to maybe 1 or 2 reps short of failure, or you're going to failure, you want to make sure your nutrition is dialed in. You want to make sure you're getting enough protein. You want to make sure you're getting enough calories. And of course, you want to make sure you're getting enough sleep and not just living in a state of stress. So I know that's a little bit of a long-winded answer to that question, but I hope it does a good job of painting kind of the different scenarios of your life, right? Like if you are going insanely intense at the gym for 2 hours, and let's say you're training upper body, and then day 2 you're going insanely intense and you're training lower body, day 3 now you may not need to train upper body because you may still be sore and you may still be recovering. So obviously that's a lot. I think if I were to sum that up, I would say learn to listen to your body. And if you are in the momentum building phase, like you're just starting off with your fitness, start by just exercising for 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, 40 minutes a day, and give yourself the gift of consistency and of showing up over and over and over and over and building massive momentum. So I hope that helps you out. I hope that helps clear things up. Again, if you are looking for a simplified way to get in the best shape of your life using fasting, weight training, and mindfulness, check out the link in the description of this video. Besides that, if this video helped you out, just make sure to leave me a thumbs up and subscribe. But of course, as always, make sure to eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you in the next video.